It's time for Be in the Driver's Seat with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and mental health expert, Dr. Teresa Moore. A Saturday morning mix of cars, credit, and wellness created just for you.
Brought to you by Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet of Waterford.
Plan your next vehicle purchase or get your credit rolling in the right direction with Regina today. And now, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and Dr. Teresa Moore.
Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Oh, you singing
Happy
real early.
Saturday.
You know what? It is a happy Saturday. What's up, everybody? Okay, cut it out. So listen, everybody. Regina, come on. Come on.
What?
That's too much.
This is my time this morning.
Yeah, but
this is my time.
Yeah, but just cut the
No,
singing.
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not.
Literally.
I'm not.
Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody.
No, okay,
What's up,
so
Regina?
ain't nothing up.
Oh.
I was out too late with you last night, messing around with you.
So you know what, y'all? We had an amazing time last night celebrating Pastor Leon
Okay, this is my
Porter.
pastor.
Yeah, he is your
Okay,
pastor.
so can I talk about it? Can I start it off?
Okay, but you can start it off, but I was in the room.
Pastor.
I
No.
was in the room.
No.
Let's talk about your pastor.
No, go ahead.
Nope. And his lovely wife.
His beautiful wife, First
Lovely.
Lady.
She's just wonderful. I love her.
Lady
love her spirit. She was just gliding through gliding through the gala last night. She was absolutely beautiful. Shout out to you too, Regina, who was the MC. Y'all, Regina was the MC last night.
I had the mic, y'all. I had the mic. I was gliding through the room.
Y'all, let me tell you what she was doing. So, Regina had the microphone, yeah, and she was walking through like she was Donna Summers.
Donna Ross, too.
Yeah, all of the above.
Janet
right?
Jackson, too.
It was hilarious, but she did an absolutely great job. It was so many beautiful people in the room just to be able to celebrate Overseer Leon Porter and all of his amazing work that he is doing in the Metro Detroit area, especially in Dearborn Heights. So we salute you, man of God. Congratulations on your 18th year pastoral anniversary and also your wedding anniversary.
Well, it's amazing when you can put both together and be in sound mind together. Well, let me just say this. Shout out to Dr. T, because Dr. T wrote the Queen's welcome speech or congratulations speech. She did it, and I appreciate you. And
you not have to tell nobody that.
No. Pastor came over and said, I don't have to pay you for it. What did he say?
I don't have to pay you for that speech.
I don't have to pay you for that speech. I said, well, go ahead and thank Dr. T. Because, if you'd have just heard the speech, you'd have been like, Regina didn't write that. That did not come all the words flowed together. And it was churchy.
Oh, so you calling me churchy?
It was churchy.
You know what?
You've been like, Regina is not churchy.
The Bible said what's in you shall come out, so I thank God for it being in me then. That's what's up
I
this
appreciate you moving it on to my spirits. And I had a great time last night.
Yeah.
Actually, that's my first time actually being a mistress of ceremony. It took this long in life for someone to have trust in me and faith in me, for me to be able to run the room and have a great time. I mean, that's serious, because that was a big event. And, for them to trust me to be able to do that. And so I really, honestly, when I opened up, I laid the foundation. The person that opens up the room, lays the foundation. That's what I did. I grabbed that mic and I went into the crowd, and I had them saying some words with me together, right? Repeating words engagement, repeating words after me, and then I had them stand up and give the pastor and the first lady applause, clap for them, and they did exactly what I wanted to do. Now in the end, they was like, nope. We're going to do what we want to do. We're going to keep talking.
You have fed them by the end. So, once you
fed
feed them,
and ice cream, right? Then they figure they can do what they want to do.
But you know what I love about these events? When you're in a room with different people, you get to sit next to people that you may not necessarily know.
Yes.
And I sat next to a young lady named Regina, not you, the queen, right? So I was in between two Reginas, y'all. So it was just amazing to sit with her and her husband. Her husband, he is a wealth of knowledge. He had a wealth of knowledge, and he was just talking to me about different areas around the world where he served at. And I was just so enlightened by the conversation. So shout out to the members of Champion Church.
Well, I think you're enlightened because you had somebody to talk to.
I had Bev. I had my sister to talk to as well. But it was just nice being at the table with different people that I didn't know.
Engagement.
Just to have, because I don't really meet strangers. So it's good to be in a room and be able to freely talk about God.
You don't meet strangers. You talk to everybody.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I may not know you when I first encounter you, but by the time you get out of my presence, we have made some type of acquaintance.
Well, anybody that knows me knows that, you know, I got the gift of gab when it's talking about what I do, right, in the car business. But when I go to an event, you know, I'm not the one that's going to be in the room trying to meet everybody.
That's me.
I'm going to stay. Yeah, you're going to be trying to meet everybody. I'm going to stay right at my table, at what I'm doing, having a conversation. Yeah. I may talk to the person to the right, to the left. You know, but last night I hit a few tables.
Yeah.
You know, I engaged and I actually looked in some people's eyes. I gazed into their eyes.
And listen at you.
I gazed into their eyes.
You gazed.
But you know something, when you get that microphone, when you get that mic, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you get that microphone and you walking down the aisle and you're like, I'm like, it's like control.
It was funny though.
Yeah.
The comedian had the microphone too though.
Well, I could, you know, I was trying to really honestly hear him.
Yeah.
I think because he was funny, but I was trying to grasp what he was saying because it was just it was. I think it was the end of the night, and everybody was like excited, and people were like they were like happy because they ate. They had the ice cream. And,
music was good.
Music was playing. Pictures. It was nice photographers there. So it was nice. But good morning. We got Denise Harris. We got Mary Evans.
Good morning, Niecy.
Yeah.
I'm excited this morning. So it was a good time, and we have been on this role about celebrating people and giving people their flowers while they're here.
Yeah.
And so I just want to shout out, to all the listeners, those who get up in the morning, tune in to us. Thank you so very much. We don't take that for granted. Getting up at 6 a.m. I know it's some nurses out there that's getting ready to get off of work. Shout out to Alexis Lawrence. I know she's getting ready to get off this morning, but nurses up and people who are in the health field, the dispatchers, EMS, police officers, persons who serve, I know they're up. But the average person who work Monday through Friday, they may not be up. So we appreciate you for getting up, listening to us, and riding with being a driver's seat.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Shout out Alexis Lawrence because she did the Queen's makeup yesterday.
Yeah. And wait, don't sleep because she do these lashes over here. Don't play.
Look.
What?
But I introduced you to Alexis.
I know. You want me? Let me give you your flowers.
Yeah, give me my flowers right now.
Okay, wait.
Right now.
Shout out to Regina.
Shout out to the Queen for introducing you to Alexis.
I wish I had the little clap going.
But shout out to Alexis because you know what? She always had my makeup fly. She always knows what to do. And the thing about myself is that I don't let everybody you know people, right? And and you know a lot of people, but it's only certain people I let in my space.
Yeah.
And especially in my face, putting makeup on my face.
Yeah.
So once I make the commitment, or once you're in my crowd, it ain't nothing that I won't do. Oh, and for my customers, let me just say that my customers and people that I engage with.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. So I'm thankful this morning. So Regina asked what was the word of the day, and I was like, you know what? We're just going to talk to the people today. Thank you. I'm just thankful. My heart is full. It's been a great, 2 years. Being a driver's seat's been great.
Let's shout out some people. We got about About 3 minutes. Let's shout out some names that we can remember, right?
Like, well, Denise Harris is on. Thank you so much for being on.
Oh, a shout out to Mary Evans. Mary Evans doing great things around the world.
Yeah.
She's born and raised in Pontiac, Michigan, but she is always in Atlanta. She's always travel bound, both places and all over the round. She's doing some great speaking engagements, doing some events. So, shout out to Mary G. Evans. She kind of took the G off. Now she's Evans.
All right.
But shout out to her husband. Shout out to Kid. Shout out to William Evans, because I guess it's the first time I shouted out a man besides God. Basically, shout out to him, because you never know when someone actually really trusts you and appreciates you. And Mr. Evans, Kid, I didn't even know, honestly, I was just calling him Mr. Evans, right? But I always remember everybody calling him Kid, right? But he called me and he said, I'm looking for a car. And he just was talking to me like I knew who he was, right? I didn't know who he was because I never had a conversation with him on the phone. But all over these years, he's always been in the room. We had a few conversations, right? Because I'm always engaging with Mary, Rolanda, Mama Rosa, and everybody else. I call my nephews, engaging with them. But when he called me, he actually inspired me, because you don't really know how much a person respects you until you have a conversation with them. And shout out to him. Put him in the 2024 Equinox, brand new. But you know what I also said this week? I said this week to some people. Actually, I might have said to you in bed last night. So one of my finance managers was off this week, right? And honestly, I almost closed up shop at the dealership. And I said to myself, because what I do, I specialize with customers that got bad credit, right? But I said, anybody get done this week, they got to have good credit. They got to have good credit. And everybody got a car this week had to have good credit, because my lady that actually helps me get my customers that have issues with their credit get in the cars, she wasn't there. And everybody can't do what you do. So we had two finance managers at the dealership, and they're not seasoned as my other finance manager, right? I'll give them their flowers too. But Michelle is the GOAT, right? So anybody,
shout out to Michelle.
Yeah, shout out to Michelle. But anybody that got approved this week, they got a car, they had to be able to be viable. They had to have good credit, right? Because my sauce was not at the dealership this week. So shout out to Kid, and shout out again for trusting me with his automotive needs, because we actually had a good time. Sometimes when you can talk to a customer and y'all can relate, and y'all just have fun. And then at the end, I told him about the survey. He was like, "Oh, no problem. I got it. That's what I like to do." And when you do a survey, it's called the customer satisfaction survey from General Motors. When you do, that's how I get graded, right, from General Motors. And he was like, "Oh, no problem. I got it. I love to do surveys." Then I had to back it up from the wife. I had to get the okay from her to make sure. She said, "Oh yeah, he loved to do surveys." Anyway. Time to take a break, because we have Cathy Washington all the way out of Atlanta, Georgia.
She's our financial coach. We'll be right back.
Are you paying high interest rates on a car loan? Do you desire to purchase a home, but you're unable to get approved? Perhaps you're repeatedly getting denied for credit when applying for credit cards. Listen, better credit doesn't just happen. You've got to make it happen. I've helped hundreds of people better their credit and their overall financial situation by applying a simple set of instructions that anyone can follow. Call me today, 1-800-988-9184. That's Cathy Washington, your financial impact coach, at 1-800-988-9184. Don't delay. Call today.
Hi, I'm Dave Wilkie, Service Manager at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. Since the 1950s, Joe Lunghamer and his family have been honored to service your vehicles. With 112 years of combined service experience, we can take care of any concern you might have. From warranty work to routine oil changes, we treat your vehicle like our own. Call now to schedule a next service appointment at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. Stop by anytime, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get your vehicle serviced right every time. Call 248-683-7100. That's 248-683-7100.
Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Regina, the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, we've got your back. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others may have roadblocks. Regardless of your financial situation, I can get you financed and driving today. Simply Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Ride in style with the Queen. Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet in Waterford.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com. And we are back with Cathy Washington, our financial coach out of Atlanta, Georgia. Good morning, Cathy.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes.
How are you all this morning?
I'm good. How you doing, Cathy?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
Listen, I hear you on the West Coast, so it's early where you at.
Early.
It's early. So I'm excited that you're on with us today, and I'm excited about what you're bringing. So let's get right into it. What we talking about today?
We are going to talk about some common questions that people just want to know the answers to, right? And so we're going to just get started with that today and just answer some of those very, very common questions that just need answers. And so out the gate, let's just talk about what is a credit score? What are those three? What is that number? Well, it is a 3-digit number that ranges between, that determines really your credit worthiness, and it usually ranges between 300 and 850.
Wait a minute, 300. I didn't even know 300 was a part of it, Kat. Wait a minute.
Let me talk about that 300 real quick. So 300 is a score. Because I've seen it.
Is it?
Yeah. And when they have it.
Really?
Yeah. No, yeah, I've seen it. And when I see it, it's like, I say, come on over here. Let's figure it out.
Okay.
Let's figure it out.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Generally,
Cathy.
that is definitely on the low end of the credit score. So you definitely don't want to be there. You want to be on the higher end of the score. Anything over 740 is where you want to be, so that you can be in the excellent range. But it is definitely 300 is a legitimate score. It's just
wow. Okay, you now I really got my pencil and paper out for real, Cathy. Okay, well, let's talk about it. Wow. So it's 3-digit number. Okay.
So we try and encourage people. Definitely, you want to make sure that 3-digit, it represents you, right? It represents your credit worthiness. It determines how well you handle your business or not. So you definitely want to make sure you're aware of that, and just right along with that, many times people are like, okay, well, how do I even check for that credit score? Those 3 digits, how do I know what it is, right? You can actually check it. There is a service that's free that's once a year. You can certainly check it with annualcreditreport.com. You could go there and you can check your credit score. You can definitely reach out to me and we can give you a consultation and help you understand exactly what that score looks like as well. So that is definitely another way, another question that people typically want to know when you say, well, what I don't even know how to find it out. How do I do that?
But do you advise? You rolling right through this morning. I just wanted to kind of, ask you some questions and kind of slow you down just a little bit, Cathy, if you don't mind. But,
absolutely.
Yeah. How
it's
often?
The West Coast thing. That's what's going on.
I was just gonna say, boy, I know it's early. We appreciate you getting up. But how often do you think that people should actually check their credit score, or should they check their credit score, or should they just think, I need to buy a car. I'm going to buy a car. Let me check my credit score. Or I'm going to buy a house. Let me check my credit score.
No, actually, what I would recommend is that you at least don't wait until it's time to go buy something. Be aware of what's going on with your credit report. You should at least, at a minimum, I would say check your score at least once a year or once every 6 months. For me, because I am just that one, and there are others out there like me that take the time to monthly look at where they're standing, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're trying to just be on top of your credit, because there are so many opportunities for errors to appear on your credit report. So you want to make sure you stay on top of your business. But typically what happens is people wait until, Regina, it's time to come buy a car. And then they're telling you, hey, Queen, I want to buy a car. And then you pull the credit, and then that's when they truly know what's going on. But, yeah, I would recommend that you stay on top of it at least once a year. If you're going to get a free credit report once a year, do it.
So Regina trying to out-talk me this word, Cathy. I need to ask my question.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. So, Cathy, I recently just ordered my credit score, my credit reports, all three of them, and I was comparing them. And so I appreciate you giving us.
She had a 300, a 325, a 319.
So, Cathy, that's not even my story. But I did just want to say, I was comparing them. So I know you're encouraging people to get the free one once a year and even monitor. How important is it to compare the scores? Because can't you dispute, or if there's an issue?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes, there is. You should definitely look between, but keep in mind that we're talking about three different entities, right? And they all have three different systems by which they, calculate your score. So they might vary a bit, but you can certainly look at the information that's on your report, because some creditors might report to Equifax but may not report to Experian. But you can definitely double check and see what's going on and compare what's happening between all three of the bureaus.
So I want to, why is it your advice that people should pay for a monitoring service to monitor their credit report, or should they just check their credit report every 6 months or every 3 months, or plan before they get ready to actually? I asked two questions. So first one is, do you think people should apply, have a monitoring system for their credit report?
I'm going to probably be a little bit biased on that question, because I definitely think people should know what's going on and whatever it means for you. It for me, definitely, I would have a monitoring service because I want to stay on top of it. But I don't want to just have something that's free, because I want to know exactly what's going on with my credit report. So I would say yes to that question. That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
And what was your second question?
I want to just ask real quick, though, Cathy. So when you say check your score, do we have the ability to check our credit score monthly without the help of a monitoring system?
Certainly, there are, ways to check that. With there's, of course, a very, the well-known one that most people use, which is Credit Karma, that's out there. Just the only thing to keep in mind, sometimes it's not your true score. Mm-hmm. It could be 10% either way, up or down. Mm-hmm. So definitely just keep that in mind. If you just want to have an awareness of what's going on, that's, definitely a service you could use. I would just encourage people, just be aware that these could be a little bit different once you actually go to the dealership or go to the credit union to get something.
That's why we need to be calling you then, so that we can get this, because, Credit Karma, I know you mentioned them, but you are able to walk your clients through the process.
Absolutely. And we can definitely show you if there are errors or challenges on the credit report. We can definitely take you through our dispute process so that we can get you on the road to rebuilding your credit.
Wow. Okay, that was good.
So the one thing what people got to realize is no matter what your age is, as long as you have a pulse and you're able to breathe, talk, and you have buying powers. So if you have problems with your credit, we want you to reach out to to Cathy, is because I think a lot of times what I find is people are scared to make that call and they're ashamed. And you got to understand is that we are here to help. Cathy's here to help you, with help you with your credit. And then I'm here to help you buy a car. But it's also about consultation, having that conversation. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's have a conversation. And that's the biggest fear people have.
Yeah, that's good that you said that, though, Regina. So, Cathy, for those persons who are listening that, really come from the era of being private and not really sharing, what goes on in their household, outside of the household, what are some things you can speak to them about so that they can even feel comfortable coming to have the conversation with you?
Dr. T, I would definitely encourage them to know, as Regina just said, you don't have to just go through this in silence, right? You don't really just have to just not share any of your information with someone. But here I am. I'm here offering help for you. You can have a free consultation. You don't have to, divulge all of your information. We're just trying to throw you a lifeline to assist you. We definitely have some things that we would share, in terms of some best practices that could help you along your credit journey. We can tell you some things to kind of keep in mind as you're moving through the process. It's just really, really important that you understand that there is help out here, and you don't have to wait and suffer in silence.
That's good. And I'm so glad that you let the listeners know that you're not alone in this journey. And, sometimes when you're having financial difficulties, you think you're the only one.
You do. And you're not.
And you're not. And
exactly.
People will make you feel like that, though.
They will. It has such a stigma sometimes tied to it when you've had challenges or you've had bruised credit, challenged credit, bad credit, whatever it is, or you're walking through that journey right now. People will make you feel some kind of way, and then they'll make you feel a sense of shame. And sometimes things happen just outside of your control. You could have lost a job, and it put you in a tough spot where now you've got to get up from what I call a major setback. But the truth is, it can
be done.
Cathy,
hold that thought. We got to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Are you paying high interest rates on a car loan? Do you desire to purchase a home, but you're unable to get approved? Perhaps you're repeatedly getting denied for credit when applying for credit cards. Listen, better credit doesn't just happen. You've got to make it happen. I've helped hundreds of people better their credit and their overall financial situation by applying a simple set of instructions that anyone can follow. Call me today, 1-800-988-9184. That's Cathy Washington, your financial impact coach, at 1-800-988-9184. Don't delay. Call today.
Hi, I'm Dave Wilkie, Service Manager at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. Since the 1950s, Joe Lunghamer and his family have been honored to service your vehicles. With 112 years of combined service experience, we can take care of any concern you might have. From warranty work to routine oil changes, we treat your vehicle like our own. Call now to schedule a next service appointment at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. Stop by anytime, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get your vehicle serviced right every time. Call 248-683-7100. That's 248-683-7100.
Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Regina, the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, we've got your back. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others may have roadblocks. Regardless of your financial situation, I can get you financed and driving today. Simply Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Ride in style with the Queen. Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet in Waterford.
Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com. And we're back with Cathy Washington, our financial coach out of Atlanta, Georgia, who happens to be on the East Coast today. So, Cathy, when we went on break, you were talking about lifing, and you were talking about persons could have recently had a financial loss, like maybe a job or something like that, and they feel like they may be in this boat of credit, bad credit, or bruised credit situation by themselves. So let's pick right back up.
Yes, absolutely. Dr. T, I'm always telling people you don't have to suffer in silence, right? You really can reach out and get help. And if you've experienced, a loss of job that has caused you to be in this place where you are experiencing bad credit or challenged credit, bruised credit, however you want to classify it, it's just not in a good place. Well, we can help you with that. Definitely, if you've lost a job, if you've had a death of a loved one that has impacted your life in a significant way, you can get help. So, there's so many different factors that can put you in that place, and you just have to get back on your feet. And we're just throwing you a lifeline today. We want to let you know that there is help for you, and we can get you on the road to improving your financial situation.
That's good. So, Cathy, I know when I met you early on, you kind of talked about, personal things. So, when you have persons who really don't know where to start, I like the fact that you shared even your own personal testimony. So for those who are listening today, we are real people. So there's not one person that I know that has not had a financial difficulty at least one time in their life.
Absolutely, Dr. T. When I first got started on this journey, just to give everybody a brief synopsis of my testimony, I actually went through a divorce, and in going through the divorce, I lost everything. My house, everything happened, and it was a very impactful journey in terms of, I was in a very dark place. Didn't know how I could get up from that place. I'm so glad God is so faithful. He will help, send you help along the way. Yeah. And he sent an angel in disguise to say, hey, who you know with less than perfect credit? And that lady was absolutely a lifeline for me. I was able to get myself, pick myself up, walk through this entire journey myself. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping other people change your status. You do not have to stay in a bad credit situation. You can get up from a setback.
That's good. What I love about what you said is you said that you lost everything, but you know what? God is a restorer. So when you serve God, you know that the Bible tells us that God will supply our every need according to his riches with art and glory by Christ Jesus. But God gives us wisdom, tools, people in our path to help us to gain the strength we need, or gain, or even have resources to get in on the trail he wants us to be on. Because sometimes we derail from the trail.
All the time.
I love that.
Yeah. Sometimes we derail from the trail, but the Bible says he knows the plans. So even for any of those that are, any person who's listening now, if you're in a financial difficulty or if you're trying to rebuild your credit, know that it's possible. Know that it's possible. You're talking to someone who lost everything and God restored it. You may have to do some work. You may have to, seek Cathy Washington for help, and she'll give you the tools you need so that you can get out of the financial deficit.
Oh, my goodness, Dr. T, can I just say a little bit to that point you just made?
Yes, let's talk about it.
You've got to do the work. It is just necessary. And when I say do the work, take the necessary steps. Give me a call today. I will help you, give you a free consultation, but be committed to doing the work. And typically what happens is people come to me and they want an absolute miracle right now. Your credit, it declined over time, right? But today, you want it to be restored today. You don't want to wait.
They want it done in 2 minutes. I'm sorry, they want it done in 30 days. How long is it going to take? Well, how long did it take you to get your credit? Bad credit.
It is a process. That's what we try to walk people through. Be committed to the process. Be committed to doing the work.
Yeah. And, Cathy, sometimes we get afraid, because doing the work takes time, like you said. And we all want things quick. Like, we're in a microwave society. We want things to happen right away. And you said something key, like this didn't happen right away, so it's going to take some time, but trust the process. Do the work. Because if you put the work in, you're going to get a favorable outcome.
That's exactly right. If you stay committed to the process, put the work in, you'll look up and you'll say, 6 months, a year down the road, you look up and say, oh my goodness, my life has changed. You'll be surprised. Moving from the lower end of the spectrum of your credit score to the higher end of the score, your life changes drastically.
The thing is putting together a plan.
Yeah.
And people don't think about, they don't know how to get from, when they're at their lowest, they don't know how to pull themselves back up.
Yeah.
And people are afraid to reach out to do that. But once you get them to open up, it's like in the car business, once you get them to open up and they can relate to you, that's why I do videos like I do, right?
Yeah.
It's because, and I've done them for years, and I said to myself, how can when I first started doing videos, I didn't think people really were engaging, right? But now people can engage and watch a video and you won't even know they watched it.
That's true.
They don't comment, they don't say much, but they're paying attention. Yeah. But that's how you, repetitious. Even when you don't feel like doing a video, even when you don't feel like doing it, because you know what? You never know who in the world is going to need you. Or you never know who's going to, I always look at it like this. I have to tell people is that if I don't sell a car, I don't make money. That's why I had to consistently work and consistently be on my grind, right? And the biggest tool that you can give anybody in this world, anybody that your next person that you want to do business with, is to give them something free, some information.
Yeah.
If they figure you share the tool with them, they don't need you, they're going to call you.
Yeah.
If they have referral, they're going to look out. And that's been my thing for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Referrals. Or just giving somebody something, providing information.
That's it. That's good. Yeah. And especially this is news you can use. I'm sorry, Cathy. Go ahead.
News you can use.
We're all excited this morning. Absolutely, you've got to provide information that people can walk away with, and we want to make sure that they're empowered to go to their next, to move from where they are to the next place that they're trying to get to.
And this lines up with the word, too, because faith without works is dead, right? So you can have faith all day that your credit will change. You can have faith all day that you are going to purchase a vehicle. But if you don't put some work behind it, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And just like I can declare all day that I'm going to be a millionaire, but I have to have some tools in place to get me to that status. And so you're not going to just wake up and you're there unless you were born into that family. But there are some tools. All of us have to use steps. And so I like the fact that you and Regina both talked about having a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, you don't have any tools to use. You don't have a step to go by. You're doing it by yourself. And it always works better when there's a plan. Write the vision, work the plan.
That's it. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Yes, you absolutely
Write the vision,
have
work
to
the
do
plan.
that.
Write the vision, work the plan. Write the vision, work the plan. That's strong. But you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you have to. And it doesn't matter if it's the ground. You can start from the ground and work your way up. That's the thing. Sometimes we get afraid when we're at the rock bottom. But when you're at rock bottom, you don't have anywhere to go but up.
But, I think that what happens is a lot of people want stuff overnight. They don't want to put in the work. Yeah. It's a grind. If you want that new car, or you want your credit score needs to be, if you want your credit score to be a certain number, or you want your buying powers back, just gotta not be scared. It's hard not to be scared. But you know what the thing is, though, is I always tell people, when you come into the dealership, you look around, you see us at our desk, you see us working, right? But you don't know what we're going through.
That's true.
You don't know. You probably think we over there suffering in silence. But I'm not. Something going on with me. I'm trying to figure out how I can get out of it. And you got to be able to navigate. I was always able to try to navigate. How do you get out of it? Certain situation happen. How do you get out of it? Income change, things change, credit change. How do you get out of it?
Call Cathy Washington.
Right, that's right. Call Cathy Washington at 1-888. What's the rest of the number?
Oh, my goodness. The number is 1-800-988-9184.
Repeat that again, Cathy.
1-800-988-9184. We're here to help you definitely change. And I love the fact that, we're simply appealing to you today because there are people out there that are struggling. They're just trying to figure it out. You don't have to figure it out by yourself. We're here to help you. We'll give you very practical tools to help you on your journey and get you from being in that status to now another place where you can go into the dealership and all you got to do is say, Queen, I'm ready to buy my car. That's all they got to do, right, Regina?
Ready. That's all you got to say.
That's it. That's it. Cathy, I really appreciate you. You know, every month you come on, you give us tools that we can use. We actually use the tools. So for those of you who are listening, Cathy isn't just on every month just to come on because we love her and she's our friend. She comes on and give us practical tools that we can use. And I have been a recipient of using these tools, and I know that the outcomes have been favorable. So thank you so much, Cathy. Again, if you had one thing to tell the listeners now, what would it be?
I would say be encouraged. I would say you don't have to suffer in silence. You can actually get the help that you need. Just reach out to me today. I will help you move from where you are to where you want to be.
That's it.
It just takes a phone call to get the process started.
Yeah. Now, so how can they reach you again?
1-800-988-9184. That number again is 1-800-988-9184. You can also reach me on social media at Impact Life Now, my Facebook as well as IG handle, and my website is CathyWashington.com. That's Cathy with a C, CathyWashington.com.
You heard it here. So this was Cathy Washington, our financial coach, and Cathy, we'll see you next month. We'll be right back after we take this break.
Are you paying high interest rates on a car loan? Do you desire to purchase a home, but you're unable to get approved? Perhaps you're repeatedly getting denied for credit when applying for credit cards. Listen, better credit doesn't just happen. You've got to make it happen. I've helped hundreds of people better their credit and their overall financial situation by applying a simple set of instructions that anyone can follow. Call me today, 1-800-988-9184. That's Cathy Washington, your financial impact coach, at 1-800-988-9184. Don't delay. Call today.
Regina, the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, we've got your back. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others may have roadblocks. Regardless of your financial situation, I can get you financed and driving today. Simply Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Ride in style with the Queen. Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet in Waterford.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com.
We're back, and we're on the last leg of our show today, and we are when we highlight businesses. Yes,
I'm so excited. But you know what? Before we highlight a business, I just really want to shout out Regina and her husband that was sitting on side of me. This gentleman, I said,
can you get the right one? It's not Regina. They think of Regina, the Queen of Car Loans.
Not Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. So I was in between two Reginas. I was in between Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and Regina from Regina's church. So, Regina, if you're listening, you and your husband, it was such a pleasure to sit next to you. But I want to announce, he asked me to announce this on the radio, and we want to. So the Civil Air Patrol, United States Air Force Auxiliary, Detroit 100th Composite Squadron, named after the legendary Tuskegee Airmen 100th Fighters, Red Tails by request. They are seeking cadets. The Coleman A. Young International Airport is seeking cadets. They're seeking the cadets, and it is located at 11499 Connor Avenue in Detroit, Michigan, 48234. If you are interested in having your young men ages 12 through 16 attend and be a cadet, they are seeking cadets. So you can reach them at www.gocivilairpatrol.com. There are several benefits associated with being a cadet. There's activities and educational and professional development. And so if you are listening and you would like for your young men to be a part of the cadet program, I'm telling you, they learn personal integrity. They do volunteer service. They have a commitment to excellence and self-discipline and respect for others while developing their personal and professional lives. So the gentlemen that will be helping them, they help these young men develop personal integrity. So this is the Detroit 100th, the 100th Composite Squadron, and the Detroit 100th Squadron vows to develop its Detroit area youth into tomorrow leaders. So you can help and support them by going to www.miwg.cap.gov to find out more information or to get your young men in the cadet program.
So Elon Brothers, which is they're actually pillars in the community. They're having their 50th a year tribute.
That's a 50th year jubilee.
Is that jubilee?
A year of jubilee, yeah.
Oh, Elon Brothers anniversary banquet. Okay, that's exciting. Doesn't say the place though.
Nope, it just says
it's Sunday, October 20th, 2004 at 4 p.m. So excited because Elon Brothers actually, there's a restaurant in Pontiac, and they had at one time 3 restaurants. They had one on Franklin Road in Pontiac, Michigan. They had one on Woodward Avenue.
And then Sanford.
And then Sanford. And my favorite spot was the one on Franklin Road.
Yes.
Boy, it was not too far from the house because I grew up on the south side.
Man,
so
I love it.
Let me get me
there.
a fish sandwich, extra tartar sauce, extra hot sauce, and on wheat bread. Would you like fries with that, Regina? Yes, I would.
You remember the hot links? Man,
oh my God.
Or they had the fried pork chop sandwich.
Right.
Man.
Ooh,
you know you was getting that pork chop and that fish, that chicken grease. Elon Brothers, man, that pound cake.
Look, back in the day, it didn't matter. Back in the day, it didn't matter whether you put the fish and the chicken together. We didn't care. But now we try. Now we try to say when someone do that now, we're like, oh, hold on, are you not using the same grease as the chicken?
Right. So I was excited about that. Yeah. It was the bomb. I really enjoy Elon Brothers. Shout out to Elon Brothers. So listen, Identify Your Dream Foundation presents Healing Through Expression, Youth Empowerment. They are having a youth empowerment conference on next Saturday, August the 31st at UWM Sports Complex located at 867 South Boulevard, Pontiac, Michigan 48341. This is Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3, and this is for ages 10 through 17. This is a free event.
And you and Dr. Delish.
I don't know where she's going, but you are invited. So please, if you want to attend, you have to register for this event. So I'm gonna give you the registry in just a second, but I want to just shout out the executive director, Delia Sharp. She is putting on this great event, and I'm telling you, we have some wonderful people that will be in the room. Myself will be there, Dr. T. We also have Dr. Lacitri Trustee that will be there, and Brandy Mason, my business partner. So I'm so excited. Please go and register today at IDYOURDREAM@gmail.com. That's IDYourdream@gmail.com. Please go and register today. That's the email. You can register through email, or you can go to identifyyourdream.org. Identifyyourdream.org. We want to get you registered. This is from youth ages 10 through 17, and it is going to be impactful. Bring your youth and get them in the building as they get to heal through expression.
Heal through expressions. All right. Okay, let me go back. So the 50th year Jubilee is located at, they're having their event at St. George Event Center, so I do apologize for that. It's another part of the program booklet that we actually follow, which we get our information out of www.kermitpresents.com. Kermit Williams has his monthly newsletter or newspaper that he actually puts out. But 50th a year Jubilee, Elam Buzz anniversary, Sunday, October 20, 2004, 4 p.m. We're going to have this event at St. George Event Center, 43816 Woodward Avenue, Bloomfield Hills, Bloomfield Township, Michigan, 48302. For tickets, contact Melvin 248-410-5778. Again, Melvin's number is 248-410-5778, or you can contact Sarah at 248-891-9811. It is formal attire, and it's $100 per person.
Yeah, so that's what's up. Shout out to the Enos. I'm going to have to give me a ticket. So listen, I
got one more.
What, I do.
But that was a repeat from that one.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Man, can I get my time here?
Do you know where you're going?
Oh, I don't like you right now. Oakland County is here to help. They have a hardship assistance program, and it is basically saying, what is hardship assistance program? This program was created to assist Oakland County households in paying for water, sewer services. It's designed for those who may not qualify for other existing programs, but still face hardships that make it difficult to pay their bills. Hardship can include temporary unemployment, medical expenses due to an accident or divorce. Now listen closely, guys. Who is eligible? This program is available to Oakland County residents, and eligibility is flexible and considers both income and hardship. It is designed for households earning $93,600 a family of four, $61,320 for two people, $45,180 for single. Benefits are provided on first come, first served basis. And then they have let me give you a number to call. The number is 844-211-4994. 844-211-4994.
So I want to shout out my fellow therapist, Andre Charlie, who is listening this morning and texting me to say, hey, if you want to shout out one more, listen, Andre, I love you, brother. So the Community Church of Christ, it presents the Community Fun Day. This is a tailgate and back to school affair on Saturday, August 31st from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. The location is at 3841 Humphrey in Detroit, Michigan, 48206. This is a community fun day. Tailgate and back to school affair. Come out so that you can enjoy this event with your family. I see a barbecue pit in the corner, so I'm sure there's going to be food. I see a basketball hoop, and I see a few tents and backpacks. It's going to be a fun day for the entire family. If you're interested, show up. 3841 Humphrey Street, Detroit, Michigan, 48206.
All righty.
This was a good show today.
It was
right?
a good show. But I want to just give one more talk about like the food, the free food distribution, because you never know when someone's in need to be able to, need a food.
Yes.
But I'm going to just you can go to Trinity Missionary Baptist Church, 123 Weston Street, Thursday at 4 p.m., or you can stop by New Mount Moriah International Church, 313 East Wharton Boulevard, Mondays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
All right.
Well, we had a great show.
Yep. Happy Saturday, everybody.
Happy Saturday. Have a good week.
Have a good week.
You've been listening to Be in the Driver's Seat with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and mental health expert, Dr. Teresa Moore.
Brought to you by Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet of Waterford.
Be in the Driver's Seat, a Saturday morning mix of cars, credit, and wellness created just for you. From Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and Dr. Teresa Moore, thank you for listening.